it's Jeff Ondash. Welcome to Business as Usual right here at Armstrong, and I'm with Scott Jones at Youngstown Propane. They've been a fixture in the Mahoning Valley for 40, how many years now, Scott?
42 years now.
42 years, and this is quite the story of how you, well, not only you, but your dad had the foresight to start here. So let's go back in time to when he had the idea to come up with Youngstown Propane.
Well, it even goes back further than even our company, because there was the old Jones Oxygen, which he started on Meridian Road, which he started with a couple of uncles of mine. And then in 1981, there was a bit of a falling out there, and he branched off and started Youngstown Propane in 1981 with my Uncle Vern, who also was at the old Jones Oxygen as well.
But since then, and it started like in a little house there, right by the old Westgate Ford. That's Lee Harps there, right?
Wasn't even a little house. It was just an office trailer and a 40 by 40 cement pad.
But he had the knowledge and the vision of where this company was going.
Yeah, he did. He was actually considering getting into the water business, which at the time was starting to boom and deliver water and stuff. But decided to go propane because it's more so what he knew, to be in some sort of gas business coming from that oxygen acetylene welding supply business. And I was 16 years old and just painting tanks, and he made a few maneuvers, cut a few deals, and then unfortunately died 10 years in. And that was in 81. He died on New Year's Eve of 1991.
And that was a very, very sad time for everybody. It was a car accident. It was just horrific. And we all went through it. And he was such a good man and did so much for the community and helped out in so many different ways. One of his loves was baseball. And I know down at Scene Park, he was very instrumental in helping out with kids. To this day, that park's there because of what your father did.
Yeah, there was a good group of guys that just loved baseball, and didn't even worry about Major League Baseball. He was just worried about sandlot baseball and high school baseball, and helped a lot of kids get into college and help them in life overall. So.
And he helped his 4 sons, because every one of you played ball, and you all seemed to play a different position, and you all excelled at it.
Yeah, we were all pretty good players. Went through the Fitch program for Rich Coppola and had
it's only because Cheney wouldn't take you, right?
Well, I had to get further down Mahoning Avenue. No, we all were pretty successful players, pretty good players. All made the All-League, and in our senior year, I actually played in a state championship game, but we lost. But the furthest a Fitch team ever went.
Well, you all had great careers, and Gary actually had a little stint where he's the youngest brother, yes. So he got to watch all 3 of you grow up and play and excel, and then he went to Ohio State and had a nice little career for himself down there, and then got drafted.
Yeah, he got all the talent.
I was trying to be nice.
More than me, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he was the good Jones guy.
But yeah, oldest brother Bob was a really good player, and Gary, and Rich and I in the middle brothers, we had to work for everything we got. But my youngest brother, he had a great career at Ohio State, and then played a little bit with the Rockies in the minor leagues.
All right, so your dad unfortunately passes away 10 years in, and now it's up to the 4 boys coming up. Gary was still a ways behind, but there was Bobby, then Richie, then you, and then Gary, who was still playing ball and still in high school. Yeah. So what was the mentality then? Like, how do we perpetuate this? You had to come up with some kind of plan.
Well, it really involved a lot with my Uncle Vern as well. Uncle Vern was an integral part of the transition to start Youngstown Propane as well. So he, and actually that was part of the falling out when Vern actually, he actually quit at the old Jones Oxygen. Then he came, and my dad came with him, and started Youngstown Propane, and it was Vern and my dad and brother Bob, who was actually still working at Jones Oxygen for a short stint while Youngstown Propane was going on, and then he came aboard a little bit later. And like I said, I was 16 years old. I was doing odd jobs still in high school and playing ball and so on, and but always worked there. Always was there from then on, and sometimes part-time in the early days, and then of course once my dad passed, and we had that big transition into the four of us being Bob, Uncle Vern, myself, and Brother Rich.
So at that time too, then we could almost take the next step, and just so that the people out there know, a lot of people think of propane. Go get your tank filled for your gas for your grill out in the back. But Youngstown Propane is so much bigger than that because you deal with home heating. And the amount, I mean, you fill a ton, thousands, tens of thousands of tanks every year for grills. But you've been heating homes ever since day one.
Yeah, we started in the home heating business in '91, the year my father died, and we got what we call a bobtail, and it's a tanker truck, and started to set tanks for home heating, and from then on, we do thousands upon thousands of gallons of propane every year. A lot of people don't know that about us, that we have such a large propane operation, and it's truly first and foremost what we do. Yeah. The fireplace business is great. We've been in it a very long time as well, but truly first and foremost, we are a gas company.
Yes, you are. You're in, and which is a utility, and so you're basically a utility company. But you also have the foresight, what I thought was really great for this company. You sold the gas to the homes, to the grills, and then you sold parts. But then you got into because you had four brothers, you needed four good things for four good guys to do. So then you had the foresight to come up here into Canfield with a satellite store, which got you into grills and outdoor furniture and spas off and on from time to time.
Well, yeah, when you get an uncle and four brothers, you got to diversify. You want to work with your brother, not for your brother. So we all kind of had our own roles. Brother Bob became president of the company, dealt with a lot of the administrative things, and not on the front line as far as customers go, which really fit his personality. And then, of course, my uncle was a salesperson. My brother Rich and I, Rich was primarily retail sales, and then I kind of targeted a lot of my stuff for outside sales and installation. So that's where I kind of targeted my expertise. And we obviously overlapped in many ways, but enough to where we weren't stepping on each other's toes. So it always worked.
But you've kind of really stood the test of time, because as let's say the last 20 years have come, we've saw really a lot of the grill places outside of the big box stores, which is a whole different realm, because when you go there to a big box store, you're buying a grill, you're going home, and that's it, it's over. You buy it here, it could be serviced, it could be put together, it could be delivered. There's so many more aspects of buying your grill here, and you really don't sell the ones that are going to break down next week. You're selling the grills that are going to be there for years and years on somebody's back porch. So what would you say, would that be one of the biggest reasons why this store is here on 224, to keep and perpetuate the grills and the outdoor furniture?
Absolutely, yeah. You got to stay specialized, and we have to do things that the big box stores don't do, and that's what we've done with the fireplace business, because it is just too specialized. You're not going to go buy a fireplace at a Home Depot or Lowe's and get it installed correctly, safely, is the big thing. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about dealing with gas and running gas lines, and knowing all the ins and outs of that is the biggest key, and that's what we've always done. We've been really keep it high end and specialized, and that's because like you said, we don't want to chase after it. We don't want to have to replace it in a year or two.
Well, and the other thing too is over the last 10 or 15 years, the amount of competition you had in the gas, not only so much the gas business, but in the outdoor furniture, the putting the fireplaces in and the gas log sets has really diminished. So it's really you in the area that people rely on. So that part of your business has just gone through the roof. Yeah,
we've actually become, the main player in town. We've had competition along the way, and just keeping it specialized enough to make sure that and doing things the right way, and because when it comes to safety, there's only one way to do it.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, and we can't stress this enough. If you're thinking about doing something on your own and putting your own gas logs in, or you're going to put your own fireplace in, running those gas lines, you better know what you're doing. So that's why it's so good to come to a place like Youngstown Propane where they have the technicians. You just don't go and hire somebody off the street to put in the kind of equipment that you put in or run the lines. You've got to know what you're doing. You've got to have some experience behind you.
Yeah, there are many code issues that we run into. I've literally had guys, plumbers for 40, 50-year guys that, they're great plumbers. They know what they're doing, but they get around a fireplace and they're calling me because it's like, how do I do? What do I do now? So when you really got to dot the I's and cross the T's, that's our niche. That's our niche, and that's what makes Youngstown Propane who we are.
That's why people keep coming back here. They might buy a grill today, but they're coming back for their patio furniture, or they're coming back for their fireplace because they know they could always come back here if anything happens, and you'll be here for it.
Absolutely, yeah. We, I constantly harp safety to my guys, and from an installation standpoint, it's like I said, you have to do everything right. And there's so many things that just are against codes that people will do, and we end up fixing that a lot of the times, and and it all boils down to safety again.
So we've looked at the past. We know where you're at right now. You have the main store, and your offices are on Meridian Road, 810 Meridian Road. Then you have the one up here that we're standing in on Route 224, right by Route 11. This is where all the grills, all the patio and furniture is, the fireplaces, the gas logs. So we know where you've been, where you're at right now, but time marches on for everybody. God, we all knew each other back at least when I had hair and it wasn't gray. But now it's 40 years later, and we're all a little bit older, and some of us move on in our lives, and that's happened here now. So we're in the next phase of Youngstown Propane. So now you are the president of the company. You've taken over for your brother Bob, who has since retired.
Right. We've gone through many different transitions. Like I said, my dad died in '81. My uncle retired about 8 years ago. Unfortunately, my brother Rich passed last October of 21. So constant changeover. We've had a lot of it just lately. And then, of course, brother Bob, who was president of the company, he decided to retire. So now I got a new team in place. Myself and my brother Gary is still here, and we're bringing in my two cousins, Jason and Matt, who are also Joneses, and they been with us for, both of them going on 30 years, and so they know the business well, and they've always worked primarily on the gas side of things, and then Gary and I are still working this, and I'm bebopping all over the place. I'm doing the administrative stuff and meeting with I've seen enough lawyers and accountants and bankers for a lifetime already, but nevertheless, it's been great. I've been pumped up about it. We're real excited. We're making a few moves that now that Bob is gone, we got the new team coming in, and everybody got some fresh ideas, and we're excited about the future. We really are.
So is it going to be business as usual, or are you looking to grow?
We're going to grow. I think we've already done some growing. Just in this first quarter of 23. So we're going to, like I say, I got that new young blood coming in, and they're aggressive, and they're ready to do some new things, and they're excited, and they got the older guy pumped up too. So that guy being me. So so it should be fun.
All right. So if you're looking for some heating propane, I guess we should say, they should give Youngstown Propane a call, because that is your main business. So if you want to heat your house with propane, give them a call. The prices are always great here. But besides the prices, what really, really has maintained your presence and helped you to grow over the last 40 years is the way you take care of customers. There's companies out there that I know personally, that I have friends that have switched over only because they were just treated like another number there. But Youngstown Propane, really, you're still small enough to deal on a one-on-one basis with every homeowner.
Yeah, we are in the service business. That's what we do. We really pride ourselves on service. We do from the fireplace stuff, but getting the gas out, like you mentioned, we are a utility. you can't let people run out of gas. You got to heat the house. The house got to stay warm. You want to cook. You got to heat the house. You have to keep things moving at the homestead. So that is a really huge part of our business. One other part of the business I actually didn't even mention, we do a large commercial business with forklift tanks, delivering forklift cylinders to a lot of local businesses. We have, probably I'd say 60-70% of all the forklift businesses in Youngstown too. So what industry is left, we're still servicing.
So you might be the biggest little company in the Mahoning Valley then. Yeah,
we kind of go under the radar a little bit because again, being so specialized, a lot of people just don't know all the realm of what we do. And I get asked that a lot. And because they know about the fireplaces, they know about the grills, and they'll say, "I didn't know you guys did. You guys so home heating propane? What's really? You got 8 trucks on the road every day delivering gas? Really?" So it's CDL drivers and trucks, and that's really the crux of what we do.
Alrighty. So if you're looking for some great propane to heat your home and cook with, Youngstown Propane is definitely the place to call. But they're just more than that. As you can see around the showroom, and you saw through this, the outdoor patio furniture is some of the top of the lines that you're going to find anywhere. It's not going to be the lower end stuff. You're going to get the best of the best, and it's going to last a long, long time, and it's going to make your house look also beautiful. The grills, Napoleon, Weber,
Big Green Egg. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The smoker.
Pizza ovens. No matter what you want, they've got it here. Anything for your outdoor patio, from the furniture to the little. What do you call it? The pits, the fire pits. You're really big. That's a product that's really caught on in the last 2 or 3 years.
Fire pits is a huge category for us. Yeah, we have the ready-made ones, furniture grade, we call them. And then also, if you wanted to run a gas line from the house, natural gas, we run a lot of those lines for if you have a landscape job going on. And then we supply all the burner, all the guts, the valves, the burners, and the lines, and all that. We can supply that on the service end, and then we also have new this year is the everybody's in love with the Blackstone griddles. Yeah. Weber's got one now too, so it's a really nice unit too, and it's pretty moderately priced. It's got it's very competitive with the Blackstone. So check out the Weber griddle.
So we can make our paninis at home now.
Yes, exactly, and the smash burger.
We won't have to drive up to Cleveland. Yeah. All right, so whatever you need, folks. They're in 810 Meridian Road in Austin. Well, it's right on the Austintown line on Meridian Road there. But you can go see them there. You get your tanks filled for home heating. You can go down there. Also, they have some grills down there and grill parts down there. Up here on 224, everything's here. From your heating, you can get that done and delivered, to grill covers, to grills, to patio furniture, to just about everything. Especially when it comes to fireplaces, there's nobody else to call in this area except Youngstown Propane, because they're going to do it right, and that's such a serious thing that you really shouldn't do that on your own unless you really know what you're doing, or just give them a call. They'll come out, they'll make your home look beautiful. You got to see some of the displays they have up here. Scotty, I wish you the best of luck in your new endeavor. You're now the president, and it's got to be El Presidente. It's going to be an exciting time for you, so
it is.
Good luck to all of you and Gary especially, because I know Gary's the youngest one here, and he's got you've got an awful lot to learn over the next couple months, but as that settles in, then it's just, let's grow from here.
Yep, I think, we're all really excited about it. We really are, and it's going to be good.
All righty, that's going to do it for this one. You keep tuning in right here, and we'll be back again with another great business showing you what they could do for you. You take care and have a great month. Scotty, take care, and we'll see you again real soon on Business as Usual.